What is up, people of the internet? It is your boy RNC come back again with another video. Today, Project A release date. So, for those who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, Project A is getting a huge bit of information on March the 2nd. There's an embargo lifting, there's meant to be information from Riot, the actual development team. It's meant to be lots of stuff happening. Now, one of the things which a lot of people are making a very calculated guess/bet on is that there will be a beta announced at that time. There will also be the name of the game, because Project A is just its placeholder until they officially announce the name, and there may also be a release date mentioned. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, the name. Project A's name will finally be announced. This is something that a lot of people haven't realized. Project A is just a placeholder. There have been lots of speculated names, but that will be officially announced, hopefully on March the 2nd. Along with this, we're educating there is a guess that a beta will be announced either on the day or very shortly there forward. Now, this is stuff that isn't sure. Is how long is the beta going to last? Is it going to be open/closed? How is it going to work to get in if it is a closed beta? And finally, will there be an NDA? Basically meaning, will people be able to talk and stream and make content on the game? Or will everyone have to be hush hush, zip zip, you can't say anything about the game right now? So that's the first thing, NDA. I'm going to assume, since there is so much talk of it, I'm going to say there most likely will not be an NDA, but it will probably be a closed beta. So if you gain access to it, you're allowed to stream it, you're allowed to do anything on it, you're allowed to make content. Now, if this is anything like Legends of Runeterra, there was a first come, first serve on their site where you could get a key, and then there were also, I believe there were drops throughout the week, throughout the period where certain streamers were streaming, and as like a twit, you linked your Riot Games account to your Twitch, and then by watching the stream there was a possibility of you getting access to Legends of Runeterra. Now, this is gonna assume this is probably what's gonna happen with Project A, that there'll be a first come first serve, there'll be all the bigger streamers will have access to it, and then you'll go into those streams and you have the chance to get a key with it. The question is, how long is it gonna last? That's a bit of a weird one, because of course that just varies from beta to beta, which company you're talking about. Is this going to be like a month-long thing? Is this going to be a week-long, a couple of days? Or is this going to be like a fortnight, an early access style game where it's just going to slowly make progress? The floodgates will slowly open to more and more players before its official release, maybe even season 1 of the competitive scene later on. So that's what needs to be discussed there. So then we need to talk about what will actually be available in this beta. Not a clue. First of all, we're assuming it's going to be S&D. That's going to be the only game mode, as that's what's being talked about, and it has a lot of CS developers involved. So that's sorted. Then it's a 5v5. So then we're talking about how many champions are going to be available to play. A pool of 5, that's doable, but then we need to discuss something that I mentioned in a previous video, the economy. Or like how champions work. Is it a single pick, or will you be able to change mid-game? Now that we aren't sure on yet. That's not been confirmed or talked about. So they may have to have more than 5 champions to be able to play, to be able to swap things in and out, to test more. So we're looking at a minimum of 5 champions, but possibly seeing more. In terms of maps, probably with an educated guess, probably 1 or 2 maps, maybe 3 to really spice things up, But we're not going to be seeing too many maps, too many champions. As this is beta, they won't be testing a lot of things, and having multiple champions, multiple maps, that means bugs, that means balance, it means performance. There's a lot of things that go into having these extra characters and maps that need to be dealt with. So it's probably going to be smaller, a smaller actual testing period, not a publicity style beta. And then finally, we get to talk about the release date. Release date of Project A, people were thinking it was ages off. It was 2021, 2022. But with the fact that they're releasing a beta, well, there's this info on March 2nd coming out, which is probably going to be announcing a beta. This is looking very much like it's going to be a 2020 release, a very early 2021 release at the latest. With how everything's going, this seems like it's been very condensed, which, although some people may be worried about this, I wouldn't personally say this is something to worry about, as Project A has been in discussion. I first heard a talk about it back in 2018, and then of course they've been developing before that. So this game's had multiple years of development that we don't really know about. No one has had like publicly talked about, should we say. So I personally do feel we could see a 2020 release, maybe around the summertime, maybe early holidays. So that's something to be really excited for. But as I said, March 2nd, I'm going to be keeping a huge eye out on. I'm going to make sure that I'm there so we can get as much info out on this channel ready for it. And if we can get any gameplay, if we can actually get into the beta, that's going to be even better. I'm like so excited for this game. It's sounding better and better every single day that more info gets leaked and revealed about it. But with that being said, peace out, Tulu, and goodbye. I'll see you boys where I see you boys later.